You ever feel like your writing is just a little, I don't know, flat? Well, today we are going to fix that. In this explainer, we're going to unlock two simple but seriously powerful tools that will take your sentences from just okay to absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's get right into it. Just take a look at these two sentences right here. On the left, you've got the students worked. I mean, it's fine, right? It tells us something happened. But look at the one on the right. Many students worked harder. Now that one has some life to it. It's got detail, it's got comparison, it's got energy. So what's the secret sauce here? Well, it all comes down to picking the right words to describe what's going on.
And that brings us to our first tool, which is all about painting a picture for your reader. We're talking about adjectives. You know, the words that add all the color, the detail, and the specifics to the people, places, and things you're trying to describe.
So what's their main job? Really, an adjective's entire purpose in life is to give us more information about a noun. It answers those key questions like, what kind was it? How many were there? Or which one are you talking about? They are truly the descriptive heavy lifters in our language. Okay, now what's really cool is how adjectives actually change their shape depending on the job they have to do. So if you're just describing one single thing, you use the basic form, like loud or good, simple. But if you're comparing two things, you'll usually add an ER or use the word more, which gives you louder or better. And then when you're comparing three or more things, that's when you bring out the big guns, the est form or most, like loudest or best. It's a really straightforward system for showing relationships. So that brings us to the real question, right? How do you actually know which form to use when you're writing? Well, it all just comes down to context. Let's look at a few examples, and this will all become crystal clear. Okay, in this first sentence, we're comparing this one hurricane to all the other storms in the town's history. That's way more than two, so we need that three or more form, most damaging. Make sense? And the second one, many, just describes the quantity of students. It's answering how many. And in that last example, we're comparing a new neighborhood to how it was before. That's two different states, so we use better. You see how the number of things being compared is the secret key? Awesome. So we've pretty much mastered how to describe things. Now let's move on to our next tool. We're going to talk about bringing action to life with adverbs. These are the words that tell us how things are getting done. So an adverb's main gig is to modify a verb, that action word. But here's the thing. They're kind of multi-talented. They can also crank up the intensity of adjectives or even other adverbs. They're the words that answer questions like how, when, or to what extent. This table lays out their different jobs perfectly. You can use an adverb to describe a single action, like someone sat quietly. Or you can use it to compare two actions, like reacted more calmly than my friend did. And you can use it to make another word even stronger, like something isn't just new, it's completely new. They add so much precision and power. Let's see this in action, shall we? In the first sentence, we're comparing how two different teams worked. Since there are just two, the right choice is harder. But look at that last sentence. That person succeeded above all the other times. That's a whole group, so the correct form is best. See that? The logic is exactly the same as with adjectives, but this time we're all about the action. All right, you've learned the rules. Now for the really fun part. Let's put on our editor hats and put these tools into practice by spotting and then fixing some really common mistakes. Okay, take a look at this journal entry. The feeling behind it is great, but the grammar is, well, it's a little off. Can you spot the mistakes? I'm seeing some adjective issues and, yep, a couple of pronouns that have gone rogue. So here's how we fix it. First up, we spot the comparison. This summer's work versus last summer's work. Okay, that's two things. So most hard can't be right. We apply that two things rule, which gives us harder. Then we just do a quick cleanup of the pronouns, changing me and I to the right I and me. And there you have it. The work was harder than the work I did last summer, the most satisfying part of the whole experience for me. It just sounds so much clearer, right? Stronger, more professional. Let's try one more. Okay, this one is from a school newsletter. The action word here is considered. But how did they consider them? Careful is an adjective, and we need a word that describes an action. So let's fix this up. The process here is super simple. First, we find the action, considered. We need an adverb for that, so careful becomes carefully. Easy. Then we see Annie is being compared to all the choices, so more impressed needs to be most impressed. And last but not least, a quick pronoun fix from she to her. And look at that, polished and correct.
They carefully considered all the candidates. Annie Broderick most impressed the student body, very proud of her. Now that is the kind of clear, effective communication that really makes an impact.
So, what have we really learned here today? This isn't just about memorizing a bunch of grammar rules. It's about adding some seriously powerful and precise tools to your communication toolkit.
If you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this right here. Adjectives add detail to things. Adverbs add detail to actions. That simple difference is the absolute key to using both of them correctly and, more importantly, powerfully.
And that's it. Just two types of words. By really understanding how to use adjectives and adverbs the right way, you've just taken a huge step toward making every single sentence you write more descriptive, more dynamic, and way more engaging. So now you've got the tools. The only question left is how are you going to use them? As you go about your day, pay attention to the descriptions you read and write. See if you can spot these tools at work and think about how you can put them to use to supercharge your own communication.